breakdown number 5, I think. I shot this shot a couple days ago for a commercial for this mouse, actually. And this is the only shot from this commercial that I felt was like worth looking at. Mainly because everything else is like just close-ups of the mouse and other little details around him and everything. So, but this was like the only, and also the lighting was exactly the same across every other shot. This was the only setup we did. So let's get into it. There's not a whole lot going on, but I figured I'd just break it down. We're in this studio that is kind of made out to look like a home. So we have this big window here. Sun is like over here somewhere, and it is hitting these, like, there's like garages outside of this like little business park. And so the sun is hitting like directly here. You can see it, like that's all sun out there, and it's leaking in here and coming in through the window as like ambient sun. There's also a window to our talent's left, right behind him, and that was kind of just causing a lot of problems, so I figured I'd just block that one out completely and just work with this, and then also add in our own source, which you can tell is over here somewhere, and that is pushing back this way. That's what's giving him this on his face, this key right under here, his eye, and on his forehead, and then on his arm here. And it's also casting shadows from the computer and this little like cup with pens and things in it. So we are getting a little bit of return from this window and this window a little bit. I think I left like maybe like 6 inches or so of the window like open, so that way we would get a little bit on this side to sort of wrap this window around him a little bit more. And so yeah, anyway, and so I'll just play this shot here. We're a little close. Let's go Z. There we go. So this is the shot. Dolly out, reveal him, reveal the rest of the desk, and he's loving life. Everything's awesome. So let's stop it there. Right outside of frame, right to the right here, we have a Nova 300 with its own diffusion that it comes with on it, and then in front of that there is a full grid, I guess it would be. It's really thick diffusion, and so it's at like, I'm pretty sure it's at 100%, and it's going through these two, my goodness, it's going through these two levels of diffusion, and that's what's giving us this nice big soft key look. And then right next to that is a 300D with nothing. It's just straight up pointed at the ceiling, and so that's what's giving us more of this top-down kind of overall ambient feel. That's what this shadow is back here. And you can sort of see we have double shadows going on. Like back here is pretty evident. Like this shadow here is the Nova, and then this is the, or excuse me, this is the 300 shadow, and then this is the Nova shadow. So thankfully, the shadow doesn't look too bad anywhere else. We're getting this directional shadow off of the plant here, and off of this, and off of this. So this key makes sense on him. And then the 300 is giving us overall room tone. So I was happy with it. I was pretty happy with how this turned out. It was a quick day. It was only like a 6-hour day, and we just kind of nailed it. Oh yeah, the other thing I wanted to talk about too really quickly is this is literally the color grade that I did on it really quickly, but I just wanted to off and on it really quick, the whole thing. So there is, oops, there we go. So there is off. This is Blackmagic film, like log look. And then that's on with the grade. So that's Rec 709 plus A few corrections, like I upped the blue in his shirt a bit. Man, that zoom thing is just gonna bother me. But you can tell. It just upped the contrast, upped the saturation, upped kind of everything, brought down the highlight a little bit. Well, actually brought up the, oh no, brought it down. Brought it down a little bit. This is clipped in here. All of this is all clipped. But it doesn't bother me too much. And I was having this conversation on a previous YouTube video where someone asked me about, you know, how do you know when to let clipping go? And I think this is a good example of when it's fine. It doesn't really bother anybody because our main focus isn't out there through the window, and there's nothing out there to see anyway. It's through curtains, and we expect to see the sun through those curtains. So clipping doesn't really bother. So if you look, oh, I can't really bring up the waveform over here just yet. But anyway, in the waveform, you can see it where it actually clips off. But in the look of it, it's okay. And then we brought that down a lot too. So yes, it's clipped and then brought down, and it looks ugly and kind of gross. But if I'm honest, you wouldn't even really know or tell. So when I play this through, your eyes go directly to him and stay on him the whole time, because we've set up our lighting to show this is our main focus. This is where we want to be looking, and all of this stuff all falls off into out of focus stuff. So I was really pleased with this look. This is a very, very, very commercial look. Obviously, it's not very what would you call cinematic, but it is a nice looking image, and I think for what we're doing with this, what this commercial is aimed at, it looks really nice. So that's it. That's the breakdown. If you liked what you saw, subscribe, like, do all that stuff. You know, same old, same old. We'll see you in the next one.